The National League Cy Young race in Major League Baseball down the home stretch of this season, as most teams have played now 100 of 162 regular season games, will be a very fun focus for us in those individual chases for some hardware. And it seems to be a three-arm race. In the National League, Chris Sale remains the favorite at plus 145. He did not pitch yesterday, though, due to a postponement and a rainout. He is scheduled for the second of two today for the Atlanta Braves. So let's get you the results of a Tuesday evening. Paul Skenes suffering the first loss of his MLB career, now 6-1 with a 1.93 ERA. But you can see it was a pretty good outing going into the ninth inning. 8 1/3, just 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and 8 Ks. Zack Wheeler, 7 innings of shutout work against the Minnesota Twins. 7 strikeouts, only 3 hits allowed, earned the win, Philadelphia got the win yesterday against the Minnesota Twins. Again, Chris Sale did not pitch. It was a day where we were going to focus on those 3 guys in the hunt for the NL Cy Young. 2 of the 3 did pitch. Chris Sale did not because of the rainout in Atlanta.
Yeah, and if we were looking from yesterday, and I remember coming into it because I was, sort of concerned, but not concerned about Zack Wheeler, because usually the alarm flags get raised when you're missing starts. But understand what the Phillies were doing. Hey, you know what? If it was just a minor back spasm, let's give him the most time off we can possibly give him, where he can recover when he comes back from the All-Star break. He's going to be fine. 100-plus pitches there, 7 innings, dominant baseball, no runs given up against a pretty quality Minnesota lineup in Minnesota. Loved what I saw, but also said this. If I get a really good start out of Zack Wheeler in that baseball game, I'm going to put him as my favorite right now for the Cy Young. Because if you're saying there's 3 guys in the field right now that clearly have separated themselves, Donnie, give me 2 guys to bet on. It's going to be Paul Skenes. It's going to be Zack Wheeler. I would actually leave Chris Sale out, even though he is the favorite. Because if I expect what I see out of Zack Wheeler, and he's been pretty dominant over the past couple years, he's going to be right in at the end of the season. The only thing that can trip him up is excitement with Paul Skenes, because what do we like? Obviously, we like wins here, but we like guys throwing 100-plus pitches and absolutely with filthy stuff and racking up strikeouts, which is what Paul Skenes is going to do. But also, as I talked about early in the show, it feels like it's unfair. I just wish Paul Skenes pitched from opening day, because I honestly believe that Skenes, if he was on this same trajectory, would be the leader by quite some margin right now at the FanDuel Sportsbook as the favorite to win it. Yeah. But he's sort of playing behind the 8 ball, where I do believe that he has the opportunity. Let's equate this to the WNBA, Ben. Angel Reese. What would have happened if Angel Reese continued her double-double streak right through to the final game and really ran that record up the flagpole? We honestly would have an interesting conversation. But the minute she lost that double-double mantle, she dropped like a rock in the standings. Now it looks like Caitlin Clark is going to win it. The reason I bring that up is if Paul Skenes continues unbelievable starts throughout August and September, he's going to be right there and a rightful chance to win that Cy Young. But if he goes 2 or 3 starts that are average, I don't think he can win it, Ben. It's unfair, but it's just the way it is.
Right, you're correct in the idea. The notable record for Angel Reese came to a close. The final few games of extending that consecutive streak to 15, maybe poke some holes in how legitimate all of those double-doubles were, but it was also because of Caitlin Clark's history and those record performances as well. The reason I go back to the WNBA Rookie of the Year race is because if we see Chris Sale continue to pitch gems, and he leads all of MLB with 13 wins this year, or Zack Wheeler turns it on down the home stretch for the best team in baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies, like he did yesterday, 7 innings of shutout work, only allowing 3 base knocks, then those guys, based on their own stellar individual performances, can start to see their odds shift even more. Because of the movement on Paul Skenes yesterday, $2 off the price, plus 550 to plus 350, we see a little bit of that market maneuvering, but it's really still just a 3-guy race. Chris Sale plus 145, Zack Wheeler plus 180, and Skenes at plus 350. A large drop-off to Logan Webb and Tyler Glasnow at a 35-1 number. We kind of know where things stand in the NL Cy Young race. If the Pittsburgh Pirates, now a game above 500 and only a game and a half back of a wild card spot in the National League, stay competitive, that Paul Skenes price is legitimate, which was not the case when these odds came out and Paul Skenes started his MLB career, even halfway into his 12 starts or 8 starts into the 12 that he has made in his career. The thought was, all right, he'll go until September. They'll shut him down. They'll get him ready for year number 2. Not the case anymore. And even just about a month and a half ago, the number was 120-1 for Skenes to win the National League Cy Young Award. Now plus 350.